What's good, man? How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Good to meet you as well, man. How's everything going? Ben?
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Matt.
Yeah. So I've actually never tried Korean food before, and I've used this camera like one time before. So
Okay.
I'm testing out some new.
Exciting. I don't have any fancy technology.
Dude, I've shot everything on an iPhone for the last 5 years, so
Yeah.
seeing what's going on. Hi, how are you?
I think you order up at the
Okay.
front, but I have no idea what to get.
Me neither.
I looked at the menu a little bit. But what kind of food are you willing to try? Anything?
Oh yeah,
or?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like as most authentic, like whatever their like most authentic dishes. I feel like that's gonna be the best for me.
Why don't we just like order a bunch of things?
Let's do it.
We can sample like maybe 4 or 5 things. I
Cool.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm good for it.
Works for you.
Yeah, I'm down for sure.
What would you say are like the main things that you're known for here? Like what are the most popular dishes?
A lot of people like that really like our number 24, 13, and 29.
And then maybe the steamed pork dumpling.
Sounds good. I saw you were just in Florida. How was that?
Florida was really nice, actually. Yeah, I was just there for like a few days visiting my parents.
Cool. Nice.
And then, yeah, the food is actually decent.
For sure. I mean, the state's Michelin rated, so it's like, you know, there's definitely, so Michelin saw something there that they're like, okay, we gotta.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
There's none on the southwest side.
There isn't. Okay.
Only in like Miami.
Okay.
And I think Orlando maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Naples, which is like 45 minutes north of Marco, has way better like diversity of cuisine than Marco. Marco's more like an island.
Okay, that's
and
pretty.
has
That's
more
pretty cool though.
like
yeah.
seafood and stuff
For
like
sure.
that.
Yeah. When you're on the water, you're gonna have some good seafood for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Are you doing like a YouTube channel now, or are you?
Yes, and I
Yeah.
mean, I do all my shorts on YouTube.
Okay.
So like, I got like, I think like 40,000 on there right now. I don't know. I do post everywhere too.
No, I've only done Instagram, so I probably should change.
Repurpose. Just take all your videos and just throw them everywhere, bro.
So do you?
Yeah.
But like, it has the water stamp.
So where do you edit them on? On Instagram?
I usually do it on Instagram.
Yeah, I use CapCut. It's free.
I've been using it for a few things recently.
I can give you like the rundown. Like, dude, it literally takes me 4 minutes to edit a video
Okay.
now. Like, it's so quick. I mean,
that'd be
this
great.
long form is gonna be way different,
Well,
right?
yeah,
I'm gonna have to sit for like an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the short form, bro, like 4 minutes. I got my video edited, captions, cuts, like everything, and then I just take another like 12 minutes and I go through and I post on 8 platforms.
Okay.
So
yeah, I should do that.
My problem is like my TikTok. I was only on TikTok when I first started in like 2020, 2021, like that back into 2020. And like I was posting and I was getting good results, but I was like, man, it's gonna be so much extra to like post everywhere, right?
For real, yeah. That's the problem. Is I just don't want to spend the time like doing it.
Yeah, I'll show you my like how I do it. It's literally 15 minutes. You'll be everywhere, and it's like I spent 2.5 years on Instagram with 300 followers. I was like stuck, bro. But I was like, you know what? I just gotta post and keep posting and keep posting.
That's how you. It's all about consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
You just have to put out the most content.
That's it. Yeah. It's
Which
like
is hard.
A volume game. Have you ever worked in restaurants or?
No, but I like watch a lot of the cooking shows, and I know like those chefs work in restaurants, and all you see is like a stick, 2 sticks of butter in these dishes.
And they're like the big sticks, like the ones that are like 4-in-1. They're
Literally.
dropping the whole thing.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, it makes it taste better. I
does,
I don't doubt it. But.
For sure. But the health-wise benefits is not that great.
No.
I try to take my health seriously too. It's like a lot of whole foods. I keep glass in the house, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exercise regularly, but it's like you go out somewhere and it's like you're eating way more calories than you should be if you're trying to stay in a deficit or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. The deficit. No, can't do it.
Called Puma in Detroit.
Oh, I love Puma.
Yeah. So they asked me to come out and do one of their mukbang videos.
I did that too.
Bro, there's so much food. I was like, this is crazy.
You got to take some of it home.
Yeah. Luckily, I had my wife there with me, so like she was like helping me like get through a lot of it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a ton to bring home, but it was still a lot of food.
I love Puma.
I just kept trying to eat it all.
I mean, it's such good food.
It is. It's really good. Yeah.
I love like a Hispanic cuisine, Asian cuisine. So like, just those two types. Like, I know there's a lot of variations. But
Yeah, for
those
sure.
two like always get me. So the Argentinian food there is just
it's cool.
incredible.
Yeah.
I love Barda across the street.
For sure, yeah. I
too.
started at Barda, and then like they had asked me to come out, so I looked into them, and I saw Barda. They were sister. I was like, okay, well, me and my wife went to Barda, and then I was like, like 4 days later, I went to go do that video. Yeah.
Well, Mark is
Mark Kurlianchik, right?
He's great, and then Javier, who's the chef, is amazing too. So.
It's actually, I'm doing long form right now. On Thursday, I'm starting a podcast.
Oh, nice.
It's the sole intention is to get Michelin's attention to come out and start rating restaurants around here.
That's amazing.
So,
well, I think the problem is the city needs to like pay for that because I think that it's the city pays for it or it's not the restaurants that pay for them to come out.
Sure.
So I think we need also to get the attention of the city.
Exactly.
So that they can get the guide to want to come and try. Because there's obvious places that...
For sure.
Yes.
Yes, please. Yep.
There's obvious places that I think would be Michelin, or at least...
well, when you went to Echelon, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't tried it yet, but I looked at their food and it wasn't as... It looks good on paper, right?
No, it's real. The presentation is amazing, but I think to be Michelin... there's a lot more to it. Like you have to be obviously taste really good.
Yep.
Service has to be impeccable, and I feel like there's certain other places like Mabel Gray to me,
bro, I've been trying to get in there.
Oak and Reel. The chef there was a chef at a Michelin-rated restaurant in New York.
Okay.
She Wolf or
She-Wolf is
Vicino.
fantastic. Yeah.
Like some of those that are more like I don't know. The cooking is good, but then the service is really good as well, and the waiters are like super educated on the menu. So.
Well, and like as She-Wolf example, like every dish they come out, they explain the dish and like give you that backstory behind it. You know, it's like, and I've been there 3 times now, and it's like every time it's consistent.
Exactly. You know I need to go back because I've only been, I think once, and did the tasting menu.
Oh, nice.
And it was just so good.
Yeah.
But
I like when you can order off the menu, but my wife and I did a Valentine's Day there, so like it was like a prefix menu.
That's nice too.
Yeah, but it is nice, but then it's like sometimes like you might not want that thing. But like I'm at the point now, it's like before I opened Red Naps, I was literally like eating chicken finger pitas, and like my palate was like nothing.
Now
you know?
You've expanded.
I've had to,
Korean
exactly, something I would have never tried before, right? And so many things that I never like stepped into that world, and now I'm like I want to try everything, you know?
It's exciting. The food world is super exciting.
For sure,
This place I haven't tried, but there's a place a few places down called Shiromaru, which is more Japanese, but they have really good ramen. They like hand make their noodles every day. So if you like Asian food in general,
I mean I like all food now. I was so like basic, stuck in a corner.
Exactly.
I was like, because I'm in the cooking world, right? So I'm working 10-12 hours a day in the kitchen.
It's crazy.
You're cooking for people every day, and like when you get a chance, like a split second to eat, you just gotta eat, right?
Exactly.
So you're throwing rice in a taco with some blackened chicken, and it's just like it is what it is. Get it down fast so you can get back to work, you know.
Right.
So.
No, I've never worked in a kitchen, but I worked in the cafeteria.
Nice.
When I went to college.
Okay,
Like in the back cutting.
So you got some of that experience, though, that prepping and everything.
But I wasn't like cooking anything.
For sure. Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, it's like when you're in that 120, 130 degree just heat blasting on you and trying to get food out fast, and you got 300 covers that night. It's like, whoa.
I just read the Anthony Bourdain book.
Fantastic.
So that gave me some insight into it. But obviously you don't know until you've done it, actually.
Yeah, that book actually kind of inspired this new YouTube channel, right? And the benefit of starting right now is actually, I don't remember which company, but a company in Detroit paid to Michelin to come out and rate destinations.
Yeah, I saw. They did the Shinola Hotel.
Exactly. Yep.
Got maybe the book Cadillac.
I know there was at least 2. Yeah. So if they're already sniffing around, maybe they'll step into the food too. And if I get enough hype about some of these restaurants, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we'll see.
We'll see exactly.
I think that's probably us.
Okay, where do you want to sit? It's definitely us.
Anywhere. I don't care.
Thank you.
Let me just get a quick.
Yeah, this looks crazy.
Sorry. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Maybe I'll take this one. So.
I'll go over by the window.
Okay. So. Thank you. Yo, this looks so good.
It does. It smells good too. I don't know if we'll have enough fruit.
Yeah, we might just have to reposition them.
Yeah. And we grab our own silverware.
Yes, silverware.
Oh, right here. Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Grab some of that.
This is a cool setup.
It is. They got beef broth that you can just get. 29. I'm not going to pretend to know what most of this is, but at bulgogi, I know what that is. Let me just get a quick
Grab the water real quick. There are pictures, too.
So
we got
29.
13, 29.
29 is pork neck.
Okay.
So to me, it's all pretty similar from like pork perspective.
For sure, yeah.
And then bulgogi is just like marinated beef. And then I don't know what are in the dumpling. Pork dumplings.
Pork dumplings.
Yeah. Are you a chopstick?
Yes.
Yeah, we can. So move that a little bit.
Oh, rice. Cool.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, for sure. You got the videos you need and everything?
Yeah, the food. I gotta try this boy.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow, that's an interesting texture.
For the neck?
Yeah. Honestly, I've never had something like adventurous like that. So.
Yeah. Well, it's good though. I mean, stepping out of your comfort zone really gets you, to new levels.
Yeah.
Finally getting out of chicken finger pitas into the real world.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try, and this might not go well. No, it's still too hot. I'll wait for it to cool down a little.
Not bad at all.
What
Like
else?
lightly marinated. Did you grow up here?
In like Commerce
Yeah. Okay.
Township. I went to West Bloomfield High School.
Nice.
You grew up in Rochester area?
Troy.
Oh, Troy. Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much same pocket.
Yeah.
We used to go to Rochester all the time growing up, hang out with the kids from that school and everything.
Right. Living in Commerce, you don't like explore this area that much. So it's been cool to get to know like Royal Oak, Madison Heights, Troy.
There's a pizzeria called Plaza de Pizza.
Yeah.
Have you ever had them?
I have.
Are you a fan?
I like it, yeah. So my only thing is I don't like a lot of sauce. So maybe because I think they have some, it's like a personal preference, but if they had some things that were like less of the sauce on top,
Sure.
or if you could request that,
Yeah.
I would probably like it more, but
I'm the same way too, because for my beard, I like always getting sauce and everything in there. So I'm like using like 30 napkins just to eat a slice of pizza.
yeah, it's funny.
Literally all around the world. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
People watch the videos from Australia, and then like they were in town for a wedding and like came to Naps and was like,
Unreal.
I've seen your videos. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
People drive from Illinois to celebrate their anniversaries at Naps, which like to me
Wow.
is like
Yeah.
it's a milkshake, bro. You know,
Right, right.
Not that
You
crazy.
guys have food too, don't
We
you?
do, yeah. We're like, so it started as a dairy bar, so it's like, milkshakes is definitely our like number one thing we're known for.
Yeah.
But we have burgers and chicken sandwiches, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So when I took over, it had been around for 70 years.
Wow.
So like it has like really established on what it was.
Yeah.
And I wanted to like, I take my health seriously, so I was like, I'll create a healthy menu because people are gonna want this, right?
Yeah.
So we had like this black bean burger salad, like some nice healthy stuff like that. It was all amazing food. My brother had been in restaurants for like 18 years at this point.
Uh-huh.
His best friend had been in for like 25. And they came and like helped me get everything started,
Okay.
They designed the menu and everything.
So has that done better for the?
Though the healthy menu like crashed and burned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, long story short. So yeah, it made me realize that people just want their burger deluxe and their chocolate milkshake, and so just keep it simple and just like I've refined the menu just to a small menu now.
Yeah, you have to appeal to the masses.
Exactly, you got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
As much as it is my restaurant, it's really not because it's been around way longer than me. you
Right.
know? So
Was it in your family or did you buy it? Okay.
I bought it from the original family.
Okay.
The sons of Red are both in their 70s and 80s, so they were like, COVID hit and they were just like ready to get out, They didn't really know how to navigate that or didn't care to.
Yeah.
And I was working next door at the Rochester Chop House.
I've eaten there.
Yeah. I've always wanted to own my own business, so like at the
Nice.
time, it made sense to get started in business and then learn how to business and do something that I've already kind of had an understanding of.
Yeah.
So goal was to sign a 5-year lease, build it up, and then sell it. And
nice.
now, again, I want to help restaurants start scaling their social media, but
Yeah.
I also want to continue to create content. That's why the podcast is going to be like a funnel to what I'm doing right now. And
So you're just pivoting it.
exactly,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Still doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Still working on the food. That's why I thought this would be a cool opportunity because I'm like, keep collaborating with food creators. Like, if our channels grow together, we're both winning. You know what I'm saying?
How did you find me?
When I first opened Naps,
Yeah.
I follow all the food creators in Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
smart.
So I don't know exactly when you started, but
Yeah.
at some point you popped up and I followed you.
Okay.
So now I just like when I see a video, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna reach out, see if anybody wants it. You're the only person out of like the 4 that I've reached out to that has got back to me. So, but I'm like, it's a cool opportunity. Like,
Yeah.
our audiences are like the same,
Similar,
right?
yeah.
So why not just grow with each other?
I agree. No, I appreciate you reaching out. I think it's a cool. I think the more like everybody can work together is even better.
Yep.
I know, like, I feel like it doesn't happen enough almost.
Exactly.
Because everybody kind of has their own style of doing it or whatever. But
as I feel like a lot of them are like every man for themselves kind of thing. But like, dude, when I got my first 100,000 followers, like, I went to every restaurant in downtown Rochester. I was like, let me just show you how to do this. Like, nobody wants burgers 7 days a week. No one wants sushi 7 days a week. If we're all doing this, we'll have the most popular town in all of Michigan. You know?
I agree.
But everyone was just like, I don't know, like they were just so resistant against it, and I feel like it's very similar in like the creator community too. It's like if we're working together, we're winning. Like TikTok is literally telling me right now to get more views, start collaborating with other creators. Right? You know, like balance each other's audiences.
Well, that's it. My thing is, I think the problem is a lot of restaurants. They just obviously this is like a new way of doing things, and they don't understand the value, and it's a little more variable, right? Restaurants do understand the value, and it like helps them a lot. Like I've gotten a lot of feedback from like places where they're like, yeah, your video got me whatever amount of followers, basically.
Hell yeah.
And I think those places are the ones that like buy into it are the ones that it helps them.
Yeah.
Like if you are half-assing it, like it's not gonna work out for you most likely.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm trying to. You got to try and you can't make people see the value in it, but try and like reach out and do it
for sure
for the people that do.
Yeah, and it's like as long as you're going with the intention to provide value, then it's like you know you're doing the right thing. So it doesn't matter. The people that are going to benefit are the ones that are happy and grateful that you're trying to do the right thing. You know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard for a lot of restaurant owners because it's like you always got 1,000 things going on every day. You're just like your job is literally just to put out fires all day.
Exactly. Kimchi.
Well, kimchi?
Yeah.
Never really tried. I've had kimchi once, but I've never really tried it. It's like fermented cabbage, right?
It's a little bit of an acquired taste. I don't know, but it's supposed to be good for your gut. Like,
yeah.
It's fermented.
I started getting really into gut health, and I drink a lot of kombucha.
Yeah.
This was like the other thing that they recommended to like do that.
Some people eat it like for the first thing they eat in a day to like set themselves up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes
bad.
I like it. Sometimes I get like a kimchi aversion because it's like such a strong flavor.
I mean, I can definitely like still feel it all caked in my mouth right now. So you take a bite of this, you get a little after flavor, but like it's still going.
Yeah.
It's good though.
It's good stuff. And then these side dishes are called banchan.
Banchan?
Not this itself, but like any like Korean side dish.
I see. Okay.
They do like usually if you go to like Korean barbecue, they come out with like 5 or 6 different little like whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's called banchan. I don't know.
That's cool. Have you been like traveled to any different countries or?
I have none of the Asian countries, but I've been to Europe a few times for work and just for fun too. I just went to Aruba for my honeymoon.
Hell yeah. Oh,
which
congratulations,
is,
man.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Which was Dutch food.
Cool.
And
Dutch food in Aruba?
It's a Dutch owned, or they were Dutch ruled. I don't know how it still is, but
I don't know anything about it, so I don't know. I've never been.
And then, I mean, they have Caribbean food too. And then I've been to, those are the only other countries, I think. Canada, but
yeah. That's as far as I've driven through Canada to get to New York, but that's like, that's my only time out of the country.
Work takes me to Europe sometimes.
Where do you?
I just don't even know how. I don't think Instagram is built for that since, like, I'm Detroit Voodie, so I'd have to do a different platform.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, man, you should really consider, like, you don't know which platform is going to give you the most hype win.
Yeah.
And it seems like, at least from the last 4 years I've been doing it, it seems like they all rotate times. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Instagram's kind of down right now from what I've seen.
I did see a shift over the last week or two, but...
To what? To better?
Like, it's getting better, but I also changed a variable. So I wasn't really using trials, but then I had one video do like 1 million, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take that and throw it on trials and see what happened.
Yeah.
My follower growth was down over the last few months. Like, it shows like this many follows, this many unfollows. I was down for, like, I was just consistently down for a while.
Really?
I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything different. This has been working. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I tested the trial thing out, and then my unfollows started like lowering, and my follows started going up. I was like, And then
wait, so you took a video you had already posted
that did well.
Yeah.
Right. I haven't tried any that didn't do well.
Yeah.
But then it seemed like a chain reaction almost, and then like my videos were at like 8,000 and 4,000, 4,000. And then that one popped off. I was like, okay, I send it to trials.
Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of followers from that. And then a video did 26,000. I was like, okay, I'll take that one, throw it to trials too. And then so like anytime it does anything over 10K, I'm throwing it in trials. And now my follower goes back up, where
That's
I was like stuck for a few months.
Because what trials does, it shows it to your non-followers.
New people, exactly. Yep. So if your followers like it, then it's going to show it to more people that are interested or like-minded. At least that was my theory.
How far back did you go? Like, how far back were the posts that you were doing on trials? Like, was it like months ago or?
No, like, let's see. I think it was just in the last few weeks, and I'll tell you for sure right now. And I do notice too, like, if a video does well on TikTok, it does well on Instagram and YouTube.
Oh, wow.
So, like, you notice, like, if it's a good video, it's a good video.
Yeah.
So this was, I think, the first. I tested some trials, but like, this was from March 13th. So I guess a month ago at this point, I started, and then.
And how long do you leave it out?
As far as
like, how long do you leave it on trials?
So that was on my normal page, and then this is trials.
Yeah.
So that same video did 16.6 here.
Okay.
But everything started shifting from the video. And then so that one probably did, I think, 100,000 on my normal page.
Yeah.
Threw it on trials, and I'm leaving them all on trials. So anyone that's done good so far.
Rocco.
Perspective, dude, so good.
It's so good.
Oh my god, it's the first time I ever tried it. I love subs too, so it's like
that's one of the best around.
Literally.
If you like that, you should also try Mudgies.
Yeah. Let me write that down.
That's in Detroit too, but that's more sandwiches.
Okay.
But those are like my
sandwiches, subs. I love all it all. Yeah.
And Mudgies and La Pecora Nera. I'm doing a video with them tomorrow actually.
Okay.
But they have some of the best subs, I would say.
Have you had what's it, Ganellis? I might be saying that. Ganellas.
No,
yeah.
I haven't, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah, because I like made that video and I was just like, "Where's your favorite sub?" So I can like find some good subs.
They said Rocco's.
And they said Ganellas. Yeah, I did Rocco's, and then they said Ganellas was a good one. So I was like, "All right, I'm adding that to my list for sure too." Yeah.
So many places to try.
Oh yeah.
My schedule just gets booked like really quick, so like my May, not even like, well, with like work and life too, but like my May is already slim pickings. So it's like I almost have to schedule things like months out, or like it just has to be opportunistic like this. I had a free day, basically.
Well, yeah, well, you even said it was like 3 weeks ago. You're like, I got like just a few days this month. Like,
Well, this month has been crazy with travel and stuff. I was supposed to go to Vienna for work last week, but I got sick. So
bummer. Yeah, that would have been a cool experience.
I think it was food poisoning. Though.
Oh no.
So I don't know.
Yeah, like, I'm not posting that video.
Hazards of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're in meetings like the whole time, so
that's
not as good as. Let's see how this is. You like tofu?
I've only tried it a few times. Have you been to Ronin in? That's one of my wife's. We've been going there for. It's really good, and they have like that little miso soup or whatever, and it has a tofu in it. So that's like the only time I've actually really tried it.
Yeah.
Is that what this is, tofu?
It looks like tofu and egg.
Okay.
Yeah. This is really spicy.
Is it?
Yeah, but I like spicy.
Yeah, it's funny. Again, super weak palate, so but my brother is like,
really?
Can take like level 12 spice, and so for years he's just been like forcing spice into my diet.
Good.
So like I've gotten a lot better, but
yeah,
some things obviously still hit crazy. Like Thai food, like you get like a medium and it's like 2x hot normally. Yeah. It's good.
It's like an afterburn.
And my buddy Aiden, his family started Bangkok Cuisine.
Okay.
And they got like 12 locations or whatever.
I'm sure I've been to it.
Yeah. At some point. I think they sold off most of them, and I think the family still owns a few.
Yeah.
But Aiden, his dad owns the one in downtown Rochester.
Okay.
So I was, again, like, trying to get more experience on creating for other people.
Yeah.
So, like, I just, like, reached out to him. Or I walked in, and I remembered, I was like, he's been reaching out to me on like TikTok for a minute, and like we just never had an opportunity to connect. And I walked in, I was like, would you guys want to film some videos? And they're like, yeah. So I was like, but they got really good food.
Really?
My brother DoorDashes it like 2 times a week.
They had one on Woodward, didn't they?
I believe so,
yeah. Because that's the one I think I've had. I mean, I love Thai food.
For sure, yeah.
It's so flavorful.
That's what, I mean, I don't know why, looking back, I was so scared to try food.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I was just talking to somebody who's from Thailand, and she said the 2 places that for Thai food were Sabsis, or not Sabsis, Kacha Thai Market in Royal Oak, which I've had, and I was like, I thought it was kind of average.
Yeah.
And then another one called Hug Ban or something. That's in Sterling Heights. I haven't had it.
I want to get to Dearborn and start trying some of that food too.
My office is in Dearborn when I do go in.
Yeah.
But if you need Rex there, I got you.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of good shawarma, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just feel like I'm so in my bubble. Like Detroit to Rochester is like my line.
But there's so much in that. That's like where most of the restaurants are.
Yeah.
I've been trying to go to Ann Arbor a little bit more, even though it's hard now with the 696 construction. But there's a lot of good places out there. Where else? Like Ferndale has good stuff.
I mean, I'm so close to Ferndale too, and I barely get out there, bro. It's stupid.
Well, you're just a little north.
Yeah.
So where else? Novi has really good food. A lot of good Asian food too. What's been your favorite thing here?
This hands down for sure. I really like this too because it's not over powerful with the flavor. It's just like a subtle barbecue taste to it.
Yeah.
It's good. And I've never had, was it pork neck? Yeah, I've never had that before.
Now you can say, These are my 2, the proteins are my 2 favorites.
Yeah.
I like the soup actually.
Yeah, honestly,
also.
like I expected tofu to be more, I don't know, like bad tasting.
Yeah.
But it just kind of melts in your mouth.
Yeah, it's in the, I mean, it's flavorful from the soup. Because it's, soft tofu, so.
Steamed dumplings were okay too. I hate how they fell apart.
Yeah,
like
they fell apart. And I don't think they were like flavorful themselves. You needed the sauce.
For sure, yeah.
And I also don't like the, what is it, like a it's not broccoli, it's like a greens.
Yeah, whatever greens they have in there.
I didn't like it that much. It kind of cut the flavor to me. But
no, I agree for
everything else was good. These types of videos do better for me because like, who has done a video here?
Oh, exactly.
You know, like, this is a place.
You have your unique positioning because no one else is coming here.
I'm like, who's eating pork neck?
Yeah, for sure.
People, like, that's not, so then I get, like, I did one at a Filipino restaurant.
I gotta try that food.
And then I get, like, all of these followers, like, from that community.
For sure, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so, but I like the food, so Korean food has been, like, at the top of my list for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of Korean around, but I also like sushi.
Yeah, sushi.
It's hard to find good Chinese around here.
Well, and so much of it is American Chinese.
That's I'm saying
And that's why I was wondering if like, is this like American Korean? This
I
isn't?
don't think so.
Okay. That's why I was hoping it wasn't, because like I want to try like what it actually is supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the menu is basically fully in Korean.
True.
Also the tonkatsu, number 22.
22.
That's another thing I would get next time. But that's basically like a breaded pork cutlet.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely try this place again for sure.
Same. I would try other things.
Yeah. That's like, where was at Rocco's, like as like the most recent example. Like, I got the meatball sub, my wife got the Rocco, and I was like, damn, I want to order another sample. Like, while I'm still there, you know? I was like, I want to try more.
Because then you have to come back to try more.
Exactly, yeah. So how long have you been creating content for then?
Not very long at all, honestly. I just started like posting my pictures that I had from restaurants like a year and a half ago, and then I like was just doing it for fun, and eventually thought like if I want to have a following, I have to do reels.
Yep.
Just started randomly doing reels. I have no background in like social media. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So it was just like trial and error.
Sure.
And probably been doing reels for like a year or so.
18K, no joke, bro. Yeah, my first 2 years, I was at 300 followers on Instagram, you know?
It popped off. Like, I had a few that just, like, really got me going.
Yeah.
Like, if you just have those, like, few that get like a couple 100,000 plus.
Yeah.
Those are going to carry like.
And then learn from them too. Like why did that do that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I don't know. I look back at them like I've had so many better videos than that, and those are the ones that did well.
Yeah. Well, that's how, I mean, I look at it like quality is subjective to the viewers, right?
That's
why
true.
did they decide this was good, you know?
Yeah.
I remember like early on I would spend like 30, 40 minutes editing this. I'm like, this is gonna be so
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
bro. And then it doesn't do anything. And I'm like, oh. And I spent 4 minutes now editing, and they do well, you know?
Well, I think people like when you're like real, and a lot of times, I think like you try and be too perfectionist, then it's like comes off as fake.
For sure.
Even if it's not, it's still if it's like exactly perfect to everything. Like almost it's better sometimes if you have like a stutter in your voiceover or like you mess up. Or,
literally, yeah.
Like it's a grainier video, or like it's a more down to earth, relatable post.
I had this kid from Illinois. His grandpa lives in Rochester, so he was like visiting, but he watched the videos and came to Naps to play the milkshake game. And I tested out the microphones because I had just gotten them. I was excited about it.
Yeah.
And then, but the audio card was like, like the whole time, and I'm like, oh no. But that video ended up going crazy, like millions of views across platform, and I'm like, all right, why?
Right.
Like,
no,
why?
But
It sounds
I
bad.
think that's why, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like human nature to like be more interested in things that like you can relate to.
For sure. Yeah. For me, most people's eyes go directly to the center of the screen when they're watching the videos.
That's good to know.
And 50% of people listen with the sound off. Right?
Okay,
so like they're sitting in the
gotta
bathroom at work, and right, all the
or
things.
in bed and their partner's
Exactly,
sleeping.
100%. So center of the screen like that is just what I always go to.
Okay.
I got 209.
Oh wow.
And the videos are doing relatively well.
Yeah.
But from like an overall standpoint, like some of my old videos are still my highest video. You know what I'm saying? So these are like going to Oakland University and passing out milkshakes.
That's
like
cool.
Trying to be like Costco, where they just give out free samples, you give it out, they test it, they give you a real life Google review. You know. So, but yeah, that's that kid from Illinois. So I guess 2.9 on there.
Wow.
But that video, what the hell is going on?
So and then how do you cross?
Right, so as soon as I get done editing, I just go here, and remember, these are search engines. So people 30 and under right now are using TikTok to find restaurants. So like, you'll see on my captions, my captions is like, I kind of said what it is, but then I say downtown Rochester, Michigan intentionally. And I say food near me intentionally, because if we go here, and we do food near me in Rochester, Michigan, in the short videos, I own that space for as long as you want to scroll for.
Well, I don't want to take your.
No. But like for each place you go, utilize leverage that, right? Food near me in Troy, Michigan, right?
And
so
you put that just in your description.
In my description, because they're search engine optimized, right? So I don't really use hashtags. It's recommended me to.
Restaurants near me.
Exactly.
Milkshakes near me.
All the things you would like, if you're going to a restaurant, what are you going to search? Just think from that lens. And then, so like, I do that now in every video, and like you saw.
You don't hashtag it either.
A little bit, It told me to start testing out hashtags and like create my own. So I did like guess the milkshake, and sometimes I'll do like Matt Do Right or whatever. But like, that blew my mind. Like, it says nothing. Red Nap's nowhere, right? But if you type in food near me in Rochester, Michigan, I'm every video. And
that's
so
crazy.
like that's how to optimize that way. But I'll go put the video on, and then as a couple minutes of that loading. And the reason I keep them all here, because as soon as I get done loading, I'm going here, and then I hit boom, and then this is the video I did with Alan D. Liquor on his page. But boom, send it. Same thing. I don't optimize as much on here, but YouTube and TikTok, I over-optimize. I try to get every last word in I can. But yeah, literally, I just go in sequence like that. It takes 15 minutes to get everything done.
You do all 9 of those?
Yeah, so Lemonade only lets you film under a minute, so I don't always, I do minute plus, because that's how you monetize on TikTok. So I do that.
Oh, TikTok's only a minute plus?
Yeah, to monetize.
Okay.
Yeah, you can post anything, right? But I didn't turn on monetization for a long time, because it's like, I just want to provide value. I want to make sure my audience knows I'm doing it for them, not for money. But then my wife's cousin does the Vanguard Motors page, it's a car page. And started in 2013, has 9 million followers across platform now.
Wow.
And we were at a wedding, and he's like, bro, have you turned on monetization yet? I was like, no, I told him the same thing. And he's like, bro, I made $20,000 off TikTok last month. And I was like,
gotta do it.
Yeah, I was like, I should turn that on.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't hit quite those numbers. He's in the millions, but like, still, it's and that's
crazy.
Just for promoting my restaurant. I'm getting paid to promote my restaurant, right? And I feel like too, like that's another form of monetization for yourself too.
Yeah.
So.
No, I need to get into it.
Yeah.
So you do it all yourself? Do you have anybody like helping you?
Well, because it used to take me 40 hours a week to do 7 videos, so it was like so stressful. But because I've done it so repetitively at this point, like I said, 15 minutes to edit and to post everywhere.
Okay.
So 4 minutes of editing, the rest of the time I'm posting everywhere.
I think if I did something, it would be TikTok and YouTube.
But yeah, I mean, my theory is like, most people use 1 to 2 platforms. Right? So like my buddy Michael only uses X. Right? So if I'm not on X, he's not gonna see my video.
That's right,
and people like him won't see my videos. But like, here's the other side. On X, even though I post every day, I got 21 followers. You know? So, but again, on Instagram, I only had 300 for years. So I'm like, what if there comes that moment where it's like it starts boosting up? So I don't know. That's why like right now it's like 500,000 followers across platform, like everywhere. But it's like still, it's like, I don't know. If I just stayed on TikTok like I was the first few years, then I would only have 200,000 followers, right? I wouldn't have that extra 300,000. So
super authentic Korean restaurant.
Exactly.
Like called instead of like starting with the restaurant name, saying a descriptor of the restaurant and then the name and where it is.
For sure. I just did this on Chatbot last night. Do you use like AI at all?
No, I'm very basic.
Yeah, bro. I'm literally just like. Literally 6 years ago, I had a flip phone, and I told people like, I don't need Instagram, bro. If you want to talk to me, call me. Don't text. Like, bro, I was like, real, like, I was all the way against it. But I knew, like, once I learned how valuable it was gonna be for like my business, I was like, fuck. But I did this last night, so these are all like food hooks, and I told it to study all the most popular like food reviewer content out there and find what has the highest views and most likes, and then tell me what the first 3 seconds are. So it gave me 10 different ones. I can't believe they allowed me to do this.
The best food item I've ever had.
Yeah, that was the one I tried.
This changed my life. You won't believe where I found this. First time trying blank. Oh, I could say first time trying pork neck.
Yeah, literally, for sure. And that's a great hook because like they're like pork neck, what? And then so like I was just like, are all these? Wait, what did I say? Were all these from? Oh, I'm supposed to put top videos, but it did understand what I was saying. Yes, the hooks I previously shared are inspired by successful strategies. So it's like just testing, man. It's like so much of this is just like, will this work? Will this not? My milkshake guessing game is like a lot of people think it's like gimmicky or whatever, but it's like strategic, right? So like at the beginning it was like, this is the milkshake guessing game. If you can guess the correct flavor, like, and I like said like all this like, and they were doing well. But when I realized that if I tweaked it and I just said, if you guess the correct flavor, you win a shake and a prize. My first 3 seconds told you exactly what was happening and exactly what you get if you watch to the end of the video. And now they're all averaging hundreds of thousands like across platforms. But once I from hooks until then, and when I got that one and started going, I was like, you just lock in. For sure. So so I think like finding your hooks and whatever like works, whatever like is authentic to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think I can just like switch like the order of some of the things I say probably.
And you could even like all the videos you put out already, like you could literally just change the hook and see what happens too, right?
That's true.
You don't even have to go and make another video. You take 3 seconds, try the hook, and then like send it out and see what happens, you know?
No, it's a lot.
Save you a lot of time and money too.
It's a lot to think about.
I don't know. I like geek out on this stuff.
Yeah,
so, like,
I feel like I want somebody to do it for me.
I literally I was sitting in the car and I was talking to Aiden, the guy I was telling you about Bangkok. He wants to start creating content, not necessarily for the restaurant, but like he's in finance. He goes to Michigan State right now, and he's just like,
I did too.
And he's like, I want to like create content and build a business around finance and everything. And
obviously, if you want to be successful in anything, you have to like really dive deep and like spend hours upon hours a week. So I mean, I like look at it a lot, but I don't necessarily. I'm not like doing things enough. So I think, I don't know.
I see my most growth always when I got up to like it was a 90-day period. I was getting 4 videos out every day, but 4 times 8 because I was posting them everywhere. So like, you know, just like grinding. I saw the most growth in my monetization from TikTok, most growth like in the business itself. Like people were like coming up more often. So I'm like, I don't know. It's definitely the more you do, the better results you get. Like we're talking about just get as much out as possible. But I think you have a lot of opportunity with the videos Because was it 300 on your list or 300 videos you have out already?
I have 350.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
already. Yeah.
Bro, literally, I feel like if you just like tweak those hooks and put the same video out, like
So
you're blessing that restaurant, but like
yeah,
you're gonna
I can
help
like
yourself.
download it and it will take out the voiceover.
That's
See,
I've always edited on CapCut.
That's my problem.
I didn't think
all
about
of
that.
them are.
Oh, but you know
Yeah.
what you can do? What you can do is download them.
Yeah.
Download them, get CapCut, and then you're literally just gonna mute all clips.
Okay.
Right? If you have captions over it,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're
I
gonna be
don't
able
have
to
captions on a lot of my
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, you just mute that all, and then you got a fresh video again.
Yeah.
And that's like this is completely free. Like the auto cutting.
I have CapCut.
Oh yeah. So yeah, for sure. You know then.
Well, I've done it with like some of the videos where I'm like just recording myself eating.
Yeah.
Which I've tried to do a little bit more of like the mukbang
For sure, yeah.
stuff. Because I think people like that.
Yeah, I mean
They
that's
like
what
to
that's
see
what we're
me
doing
eat.
right now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So I've experimented with CapCut through that.
Okay.
But
cool.
not through my like restaurant videos.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say test it because it's gonna save you so much time if you don't have like all you gotta do is put a different hook and like say something different, or you can say something the same.
Yeah.
I think 99.9999% of your followers aren't gonna notice.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I for a long time when I had a video do like millions, every 6 weeks I would repost it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything.
Yeah.
Right? I get like 1 or 2 times maybe like my OGs were like, OGs knows this is a repost, right? But they're like, they're supporting me still, right?
Exactly.
So I feel like you got even more content than like even having to like come out and film and everything.
Yeah. I like trying new places though, and like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I mean, I'll probably experiment with some of it, but I don't know. I'm just I'm a simple like basic guy, so I don't know if. It just depends on what I think.
Me too. Chicken finger pita wraps.
Yeah.
Pizza and chicken finger pitas. I was like all I eat.
Yeah.
So I get that for sure. I'm just like having fun. Like now, like just testing new things.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I fell in love with content creation, even though I was so resistant of social media. You kids and yourself like that
same.
for so long. But like it's so much fun to like and like helping people. Like when you go to a restaurant, I'm sure like when it does well and they reach out to you and they're just like so grateful. It's like, dude, this is cool.
It is cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But it would be fun to like do it as a business and do it full time and just be like.
Sure.
I don't call myself an influencer, but be an influencer.
You get paid to eat, man.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool gig. Yeah.
So if I could do that and like travel with it and stuff, I think that would be awesome. And I feel like I'm at the point, like it's like at the point where it could get to that point.
Bro, you're where you're at right now with your following, like. I made a mistake in 2018. I launched a podcast. I was like terrified to talk to people and like I didn't have connection skills. So I was like, I'm gonna launch this podcast. I'm gonna knock on every door in Detroit and I'm just gonna try to talk to business owners, right? And so I did that and A, it helped me, but B, I got to 14,000 downloads and I was like, man, I've done 56 episodes. I only have 14,000. Bro, back then, having 14,000 downloads made me a top 10% podcast.
Yeah.
I was literally crushing it, and I looked at it as like, oh my god, I'm like screwed.
Yeah.
Even at 100,000 followers on Instagram, I'm a top 1% creator. Which means you're literally a top 10% creator. Like you're crushing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is crazy.
Yeah.
My family, they're like. Well, my wife's family, they're like, you're a celebrity. I'm like, no, I'm really not.
I hate when people say that. I'm just like,
I'm a businessman.
For sure. Yep, absolutely.
It's an entrepreneurial spirit.
It is.
It runs in my family.
Yeah.
My grandparents, or my grandpa owned a jewelry store and a clothing store in Flint growing up. And then, I don't know, we've all just been like big stock market people. So like I like just the business side of things. And
now you're obviously good with numbers, so the stock market's probably, I mean, right now, currently not this great, but
it's up and down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's part of the game, though.
Yeah.
It's like you got to be just willing to hold on for as long as possible and not like, get scared and sell out.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you have to set yourself up for that.
Yeah.
So I've tried.
Just not look at it.
Yeah.
Like,
I still look. So I've been through it, so I can stomach it
for sure
at this point.
No.
But. Yeah, I mean, it's really fun meeting people like you. Like this would never have happened if I wasn't doing it.
And I would have never walked in here without like reaching out to you.
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly. Yeah, this is what it does. It's like it builds connections, builds like the community more.
Yep.
I just did my first like event for where like it was a meetup with other
Cool.
influencers. And
Was it that Thursday night thing in Detroit?
No, it was like this thing at Chifan. It's a like fast casual Asian place actually in, I think it's in Troy.
Okay.
You should actually check it out.
What's it called?
Chifan, Chifan.
Fan.
And they have really good like ramen, just like Asian bowls, poke, bubble tea, all that good stuff. But just like people who had like worked with them before, they all invited everyone together.
Nice. Yeah.
Got to meet like a lot of the local.
It was like
creators.
an influencer night kind of deal.
Yeah,
Like, yeah. Okay.
yeah. So I hadn't done that before because I don't know, I haven't thought of myself as like an influencer.
For
like
sure.
I said.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
I just more like, my goal is like just show people I want people to be like comfortable when they go to a new restaurant and like know exactly what they're getting into and like trust that I am guiding them to order the right thing, go to the right places, and they don't have to worry about like wasting money or like ordering the wrong thing and having a bad experience.
Are you saying that in your videos?
No, but I should.
Say that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, like you got me inspired. I'm like, all right, man.
Like it all started a few years ago. I was trying to like brainstorm.
I honestly, bro, it's like, again, going back to like the collaboration aspect, is like we need to help each other grow. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully this inspires some other food creators in our area to start collaborating with each other and like collaborate with us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it's like we're not gonna hurt each other. We're only gonna help each other by doing these videos.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's the same thing like in business too. You know what I'm saying? You launch this thing like, I want to see you win, bro. That's a cool mission.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You want everybody else to do well. Also.
Exactly.
It's not a competition.
There's two ways to build the biggest business. You can tear down everyone else around you, or just build the fucking biggest business, bro. like stop worrying about everyone else.
You can still build the biggest business without tearing it.
Exactly, yeah. I took such a different approach. I mean, so many people look at what I've done at Naps, like as far as like how I manage my team, like they look at me like I'm a crazy person. I'm like, the business has grown. All my employees have been with me for 5 years. Like, they're happy, you know. You don't have to go. You don't have to go to work and be miserable, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
you want people to
point.
like coming to work.
Yeah. That was my sole intention, was like create a space where people wanted to be and not where they felt like they had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah. But it's the same thing in the real world. Like, I don't know. I think that a lot of the restaurants were resistant against like collaborating with me or like learning about how growing their social, because it's like, oh, you're my competition. Why would I, take any advice from you? You're gonna just try to take me. But you know what I'm saying? There's people like us out there that think differently, and like those are the people we need to talk to. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a zero-sum game.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think the best performers like help other people.
Yeah.
And what you put out comes back to you a lot
For
of
sure.
the time.
Yep. Karma, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Every cliche out there. But
that's why my last name is actually Kirshner, but like I couldn't get Matt Kirshner across platform everywhere, and like it's so important for me to be able to tell somebody like wherever you listen or watch, like I'm Matt Do Right or Matt Kirshner. But I'm like, I've always had a motto. It's like you do the right things, the right things happen. Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, that's gonna be my Mr. Beast or my Gary Vee or whatever, you know. My stage name.
Mine is not as deep as yours. Because I say Detroit Voodie, and they're like, oh, like foodie, like voodoo or like foodie with a V. I'm like, yeah, my last name is Vorse. So
I didn't know that.
Foodie with a V for voodoo. I feel like in voodie is like a unique.
It's smooth, for sure.
Yeah, it works out.
You have your unique position for sure.
Yeah.
And if someone like accidentally hits V instead of F and looking for foodie content, like you're gonna pop up too. You know?
Yeah. Because when I tell people Detroit Voodie who haven't heard of me, they're like, Detroit Foodie? I'm like, no, Voodie.
Voodie with a V.
Yeah. People call me, my friends call me Voodie.
Oh, nice, yeah. That's only gonna keep getting more. Like, the more you do this, like, everyone's gonna be calling you Voodie.
Yeah. They called me Voodie the other night at dinner. We were doing some readings for a holiday. Yeah. And when it was my turn, they called me out as Voodie, not even Ben. But I was like, all right.
All right, fine. I mean, it's so weird for me to, like, people to call me Do-Ray, because I just made that switch, like, a year ago.
Yeah.
And so, like, I went to go collaborate with Alan D. Liquor, and I'm like, he's like, what's up, Matt Do-Right? What's up, Do-Right, baby? I'm just like, oh, like, I'm not used to that yet.
Yeah, for sure.
I only had his corned beef egg rolls. He has like a small kitchen there too, and that's what like kind of got my attention. He's got food, and then the alcohol thing obviously is like a different ball game. But
where is that?
It's in Rochester. It's literally like 2.5 miles up.
Okay.
So it's not too far. But he's a super genuine dude. You know when you meet somebody and you're just like, this person's cool. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So sometimes I do like collaborations and it just like feels weird and wrong. Like I'm still gonna post it. Like, I made a commitment, but like it's good to find genuine people.
It is. Yeah. No, I agree. I found that with this place called La Fonda Street in what's that place called? West Village in Detroit.
Oh, La Fonda Street.
It's Hispanic food. A lot of like Dominican and Mexican.
La Fonda Street. That sounds cool.
And the owner Rob reached out to me. And he's a super nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
And loves working with like the community too. And they just had like their official ribbon cutting ceremony with the city of Detroit. Like they're up and running.
Oh, so they're like fresh.
Yeah, they're like brand new. But my video for them got like 120,000
Let's
views.
go.
So like that's what he like when he's authentic. He like works on the content too. Like when they have a social media presence, that also really helps out.
For sure, especially that they're that fresh and they're working on it already. It's like they know what they got to do.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You have to be doing this stuff every day, man.
Yeah.
It's so important.
I just went to a place yesterday in Grosse Pointe that I'm going to post soon, but it doesn't have a social media.
You can't even tag them anywhere.
Yeah, so I don't know how that will do.
Was the food good?
So it's a scratch kitchen.
Okay.
It's called Alma Kitchen on Mac Ave.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's like just like home style cooking, really like quality food, and I think it's just like kind of a no frills type place.
For sure.
It's very hidden gem. So
nice.
That's like another thing I have to think about for.
They don't have zero online presence, so like extra hidden.
Well, I should say like this is like my hook should be like this is the best restaurant that you've never heard of.
For sure.
Or something like
that's
that.
a great one. Yeah.
But say that before. Like I usually would say that after I said the restaurant's name.
The first 2 seconds is your most important part of every video.
Exactly. So I think I get that's like changing the order.
For sure. Yeah. Well, and just testing it too. You never know like if this is going to be better than that until like it does like 1 million views, and you're like, okay, there's something about that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know. I noticed too. A lot of mine is like the ones that do really well. It seems like it's the character in my content. Because like I'm a lot of like my guests come in and ask to be in the videos.
Yeah.
So it's like some people are like really shy and like quiet and like and then there's other people like oh man and it's like it depends on the person.
Yeah. Which does better, like the bigger.
It literally just depends on the like. It's less. I guess I shouldn't have like used that as an example. It's less about like the personality and I don't know. Like sometimes it's the person in the background. Right. There was this one video that this whole family of four or five like turned around and was watching this person do the milkshake challenge, right? And then like before she went to answer, they were like doing like a drum roll. Like that was all the people behind it that were bringing the energy, right? So it's like I don't know. There's a lot of variables.
Yeah,
but I had one video. I never try to sell in my videos. I just try to entertain or educate. But I had this idea of like kind of entertaining, but I'm definitely selling a thing. We had like $11 burger combo that like is only for our loyalty people to like give them some love for supporting us. But I walked around downtown Rochester just holding it, and I was like, "How much would you pay for this?" They were like $25 or like this, right? And I was like, "Well, it's only $11 at Red Nams." And like 90% of the comments were, "Did you see that Jeep in the background hit the curb?" And so like that video did well because the Jeep like rode up on the curb and like
so random.
It's so random. Yeah.
That's why you just have to put stuff out there.
Exactly. Yeah. You never know what's gonna work or why it's gonna work. Right. I thought that video was gonna do good because like it had like an interesting hook. Like, how much would you pay for this?
Yeah.
But the Jeep is what made it successful.
That's funny. That's good.
That's funny. And this. Peace out, y'all.